Quick question. 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 Quick question.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Quick Question. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Travis.
And ladies and gentlemen at home, we have some exciting news for you. This October 8th, from 2 to 4 p.m., Quick Q Pod will be doing a live podcast at the LA Podfest.
Fuck yeah, I have wanted to be a part of this festival for years. I'm so excited that you and I get to do it together.
Yeah, and not only do we get to do it, just you and I, but we have special guest, Chef Michael Voltaggio.
Holy balls, that's going to be good.
Bringing it live.
Ah, boy, it's going to be fun.
Bringing it live.
So if you don't know LA Podfest, it's one of the most preeminent pod festivals, I think, in the country. It's
pretty big.
Amazing lineup of live shows that are going to be there. The Dollop, My Favorite Murderer, What the Fuck with Mark Maron, Cashing In with TJ Miller. It just the list goes on and on. Oh, the Lori and Jackie show with Lori Kilmartin and Jackie Cation.
Yeah.
Both amazing comics. So we're going to be part of it. So come on out. Go to lapodfest.com, get tickets, come out, come see us, come hang out with us and Chef Michael Voltaggio and be part of our first live pod. It's going to be really, really cool.
It's going to be an historic event.
Quick question. Do you like podcasts? Do you like festivals? Come to LA Podfest.
If you've answered yes to either one of these. All right. Let's jump right in.
Okay. I believe it's your question.
This is episode 10.
Right. You're evens and I'm odd. That's what we've just, we've very much
yes, you are.
made that clear from the get-go, I believe.
Travis, quick question.
Yeah, hit me.
All right. You have the ability to travel either back in time or into the future.
Oh, okay.
And when you come back to present day, anything that you say will be taken as 100% fact.
Whoa, so no one's going to question my ability.
No one can question it. Whatever you say. Do you travel to the past or do you travel to the future?
I'm leaning with the past. I'm going with the past.
Interesting. What event would you go to?
Now, see, am I stuck within my own timeline or can I go anywhere in the past is really where I'm going.
You can go and see how the pyramids were built. You can go
aliens. It's aliens. You don't have to tell me that. I already know the answer is aliens.
Or you can go to when Jesus was supposed to have resurrected and you can just sit there as an observer.
Again, aliens. It was aliens again.
Here's a proviso. You cannot interact with anything. In either one, you're just there as an observer.
Oh, it's like time travel stripper club. You can't interact with the performers. Don't touch the performers.
Amazing.
I'm sitting on my hands, but I'm watching history, and I'm so aroused.
Yeah,
it's so amazing.
I know. Look, a lot of my friends have said they would go to the future.
I'm confused by that answer. Let me tell you why I picked the past. Mm-hmm. We have ideas and concepts of what happened in the past. You know the stories, or at least what you think the story is. I don't know what the fuck the future holds. I have no clue. And, I'd be like, I want to go 100 years in the future, and you show up and it's just rubble. You're like, well, now what do I do?
You got to come back and tell people.
Guess what, guys? 100 years from now, there's nothing. Yeah. Live for today. That's how I live anyway.
Exactly.
Right.
But I wonder, like, I've always said the past. I would like to go, there's just so many. I mean, you could go back to when JFK was assassinated and see if Lee Harvey Oswald really did it.
And you can walk all around, right? You're not stuck in one vantage point.
One vantage point.
It's like a VR experience, but it's history.
Yes.
Oh, I love this.
Right?
Yeah, I got to stick with the past. Like the future, I mean, that's what sci-fi's for. What's the future going to be like? I don't know. Let's imagine it. What happened really in the past? Because it's only told by the people who survived it and won. It's not told by the people who are like, no, this is what really happened.
But I mean, going to the future would be kind of cool.
For like an hour, No,
you don't know. I mean, what if we have, the power of flight in the future and you as a human could fly around? You're like, that's pretty cool.
Unaided flight.
Unaided flight, yes.
Oh, we wouldn't really be human at that point, I think.
But maybe in 1,000 years, we're humanoids.
You think that like our backs split open like a beetle and wings come out and
I don't know.
Float around?
Know. Who knows what could happen? Maybe in the future we can have the ability to travel to other galaxies far away and we can actually go and visit another civilization.
Again, I'm going to stick with my day naps. I do that already. I can travel to any galaxy I want and I'm convinced it's real. It's not a problem for me. I have been all throughout the astral plane.
I go to the future every day.
Hey, you should see it. It's great. It keeps changing.
I kind of like the past too.
Yeah, because there's
so much nostalgia about it.
But also too, you think like now, let's say it's 100 years from now, and this is the only remaining. Our podcast is the only remaining proof that humans ever existed.
They put our recordings in a time capsule.
We believe this was the highest form of intelligence humankind ever achieved. We must preserve this. I think we document so many things now that history in the future for people, as long as there's a digital record, there's going to be so many different viewpoints and different things that are documented that things are now really well established that you could be living in the year 2117 and have a really clear idea of what life in 2017 was like.
Yeah.
I have no idea what 1987 was like, and I was alive then. I remember being,
great.
you know?
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember being a kid in like second grade, and we had to do these, like a report.
Be really sad if you were an adult in second grade. Like, that's a sad story, Jonathan. I don't want to be that story.
That's really funny. But I remember having to write this report on what the year 2000 would be like. So this had to be like 1987-ish.
Okay.
And we had to write a report on what the year 2000 would be like. And everybody was like flying cars and
Right.
and all this shit. It's like, when you think about it, not that much is different.
Nothing in science fiction has been right about what the future is.
I
Nothing.
mean, look, cell phones are pretty fucking awesome.
Sure.
Our
But
computers are great. Cars are great. But as far as like
we've had cars for a while.
yeah, but like, okay, I'll take my ride over a fucking 1987 Oldsmobile any day of the week.
I don't know. That had a digital speedometer. Pretty cool.
Pretty far.
Pretty cool.
Advanced.
Also could not predict accurately what speed you were going. Pretty cool.
That's so funny. I actually had my first car was a 1989 Ford Tempo. And
Stop bragging.
my Uncle Sam sold it to me. My Uncle Sammy Geraci, he worked at a car lot and he sold it to me. I got a great deal on it, by the way. Thanks, Unc. But no, being serious, he gave me a great deal. But the gas gauge was broken, so I had to just like I had to wing it. I had to like fill up every 3 days just to keep it.
Yeah. Let me tell you, you kids out there who say like, "I'll never use algebra once I get out of school." You use it all the time when your car's fucked up. You use it like, how much of this gas do I think I have left?
How many miles?
Yeah. How fast am I really going since I've never really updated my speedometer and I put bigger tires on the car? Is this really, you use algebra endlessly. How much money do I think it's going to cost me, and how much money is it really going to cost me? Oh my God. Yeah.
Stay in school, kids.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think
our concept of the future has always been flawed.
It's always been flawed, but I think if I was going to go into the future, I would fucking go into the future. I would be like, I want to go to the year 3000.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting point. We always are pretty short-sighted in our futuristic looking at.
I want to go to like the year 3000.
So a millennia from now, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, how crazy would that be?
That would be pretty crazy because at that point, if we're still around, if there has not been an extinction event of some kind of man-made occurrence, I would say we're not totally human. Like what you would encounter would be an interspecies bred person.
You think?
I think we will have, I think 1,000 years from now, we've for sure settled the solar system and gone beyond. We for sure encountered other life. If all of these things are possible, we are for sure a species of, we're like Legos. We got like different tops and different bottoms. You just plug and play what you are. Plus also too, at that point, we will have mastered the human genome by that point, you could just design what you want your offspring to be.
Interesting.
There would be the difference between you and I right now would be like you and I going to a zoo and looking at an ape. Like humans 1,000 years from now would look simian to us because they'd be so far advanced and so far technologically and evolutionarily messed with.
Yeah, I mean, like what happened 1,000 years ago? Like what was
1,000 years ago?
In the year 1000.
In the year 1000. Well, we had the Roman Empire. They were still kind of beating down the Brits and building walls. I'm not huge on knowing my history dates really
well.
Okay,
let's see if you go 500 years ago. What that's kind of like Shakespearean,
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
but there were still people.
There were definitely people, yeah.
But you think that just because of the advancements in technology
I
today...
believe one of the most popular foods was duck nipples 500 years ago.
Ducks have nipples?
Yeah. Everything has a nipple. if you try hard enough.
I got nipples, Greg.
Can you milk me? I don't know why I know that fried duck nipples were popular,
I
but
don't
they
think
were.
ducks have nipples, dude.
I guarantee you they do.
Dude, nipples are a mammary gland. Like, they're for mammals. Ducks aren't mammals.
Yeah, they are.
No, ducks are not mammals, dude.
Well, they're mammalian-ish.
They're not mammals at all.
I get okay.
They're aviary. They're foul.
Hey, I will not have you talk about my duck friends that way. You okay? You don't think ducks have nipples?
I do
That's
not
what
think
you're
ducks
telling
have
me.
nipples.
I'm gonna guarantee
Because nipples are used for nursing, and ducks don't have fucking chicks nursing them.
Oh, okay? That's a good point. There's no duck milk.
No, there's no duck milk.
Yeah, I think someone messed.
Oh,
with
by the
me.
way, this podcast is brought to you by duck milk.
Duck milk. You don't have to pay for it. Put it on your bill. Duck milk.
Yeah, ducks are not mammals. Fun fact for you guys at home, though. If you've ever seen ducks mate, it's rape.
Oh, okay. We used to talk about this on my old podcast. You ever seen a duck's penis?
No.
Horror show. Straight up nightmare. Straight up nightmare.
Ducks are hung?
No. It lives inside them and then it springs out like some kind of horror monster trying to leave you. And it's curly and has spikes on it.
That's a pig's dick.
Pigs and ducks have similar dicks. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
I love that you asked me about time travel and now we're talking about
pig dicks.
Pigs and duck dicks.
Pig dick. Yeah, crazy
I
times.
can't. I don't want to look up any more duck
All right,
biology.
so let's take this a step further.
All right.
So you know that
Okay,
no,
good.
not the dick part. That'd be weird.
Let's take this a step further.
Okay.
I brought in a pig. Okay, this show got real weird.
Okay, so I was. Do you believe in time travel first and foremost?
Interesting. Time is such a malleable thing. Time is something that I think is, I'm going to get super serious. This is no joke. Time is so malleable, and I think the human concept of time is so flawed that we view it as linear, and I don't think it's linear. I think it's a plane of, I think it's another dimension that we occupy, and the fact that something like gravity can literally warp time, the fact that the time that takes place on the space station is different than takes time.
That's funny you bring that up because
on Earth.
that guy who the Russian astronaut who spent, I think it was like 800 days in on the space station, and he finally came back. He was 2 years, or no, I'm sorry, he was 2 seconds older than everybody else on Earth.
Right, because time moves differently up
Yeah.
there because of the way the atomic
It's
that
weird.
stuff works. Yeah,
But it's like, yeah, and it's what's it called, like the time dilution or some shit like that?
dilation. Time dilation.
Yeah. So if you like actually travel at the speed of light, you would come back the same age, but everyone on Earth would be like long dead.
Right. It's
Yeah.
my dream vacation. I get to go off, come
guys,
back
I'll
the
see
same
you in an
hour. Bye.
See you in an hour, guys.
Whatever happened to that guy?
So I was researching all this stuff. What brings me to this whole question? Did you ever go down like one of the YouTube rabbit holes?
Daily. Like, no kidding.
Isn't it fucking
Daily.
crazy? It's like you start looking at, like, I was like, watch, because, there's a big fight tonight, the Canelo and Golovkin fight. So I was looking at, like, boxing highlights, and the next thing I know, I'm, like, looking at fucking time travel. It's like, how the fuck did I get
Right.
here?
You go a little bit further, it's just duck dicks. That's all you see.
Dude, you were 2 videos away from duck dicks. But there were a few videos that had evidence. Like it was like 10 clear images that prove time travel has happened already. And it was like from the Charlie Chaplin film. Have you seen this?
Were they saying Charlie Chaplin was a time traveler?
No, but listen to this. So in there's a Charlie Chaplin film called The Time Traveler.
Okay.
And at one point during the film, a lady walks by on a cell phone.
What?
You can watch this video. It's crazy. She walks by. It's hard to see because it's like grainy. But she walks by and she's holding something like this, and she's like, talking.
This isn't a hoax. This isn't a prank.
It is a Charlie Chaplin film. You can watch it. And then there are other things too. Like there was from, I want to say like the 30s maybe, or maybe it was I don't know. It was a while ago. But there's a group of ladies walking, and there's a lady having a conversation, holding something to her ear, and she's not talking to the girls around her. She's like talking with something to her ear, and you can clearly see it's like a,
That's interesting because if, back then no one would have any concept of even holding a portable device.
Exactly.
There's no. Here's the thing that I think is interesting about time travel, the concept of it. There would have to be so many rules for what you do so that you don't fuck up where you go, you know? Like you think about now, if I can, the closest thing I can give it to that's an interesting, I won't say one-to-one, but an interesting analogy is if you go caving into like a really pristine cave, there's all of these
stalagmites and stalactites.
No, I'm not doing that with you. I'm not doing it. Not having that discussion again. You
guys, do caves have ground? Is there a ground?
There's a floor in a cave. There
There's-
is not a ground. It's the floor. It's the cave floor.
It's the ground. Guys, tweet at us at QuickQPod if you think caves have ground or they have a floor.
I swear to God. There's
All right, so carry on.
Floor.
Carry on.
This is, you know what this is?
So when you go into the
this
cave-
is the dirty dancing and footloose of caving. That's what
Spelunking.
No serious caver calls it spelunking. That's not what any. Not that I.
All right.
Anyway.
So you go into a pristine cave.
You go into a pristine cave that has, an undisturbed body of water. You have to do all of these things to make sure that when you go through it, you don't contaminate anything. You have to put all your clothes. You have to go naked through the cave and put all your shit in a bag and float it through.
Really?
Yeah, and like really pristine, like kind of you're saving it for future generations and for future explorations. You have to make sure that other people don't contaminate it. So I think the same thing would be true of time travel. We'd have to have all of these crazy things in place to make sure that you don't walk through the background of a Charlie Chaplin film on a fucking cell phone and give away that you're not from that time.
Well, that's what someone, whoever was narrating the video was like, what a clever way to subtly tell people that you're a time traveler is to walk through the Charlie Chaplin film called The Time Traveler on a cell phone.
Right. I think, though, here's the thing about time travel. One of the theories I've heard about time travel is that let's say in this year we figure out how to travel through time. This would be the only year you could travel back to because that's when the loop starts. You couldn't go beyond 2017. You could only go future. You couldn't go past because the loop starts here.
Wait, say that again?
All right. Time travel is now real. We've now made time travel real.
Yes.
We can go right now. We can jump in, but we can only go forward. For what?
Why?
I don't know that reason.
Well, you know what's funny?
What?
It's funny you say that, is that all these physicists, they say that you can only go backwards.
Oh.
They say going into the future is impossible.
So you could only go backwards in time?
Yeah.
Gotta go back in time. So
That was the best Huey Lewis impersonation
thank you so much.
I've ever heard.
Really? That can't be true.
I'm gonna go back in time. I love Huey Lewis. By
I
the
do
way.
too.
He's the best. We should go see him live.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
There's got to be an Orange County Fair or something that he's playing.
Dude,
right?
he plays a lot.
Yeah, and he's got to be a fun guy.
He apparently is a really fun guy. I actually tried to get him to play my dad on Young and Hungry.
What?
Yeah, I wanted Huey Lewis to play my dad. Oh. Because our director, Andy Cadiff, he directed all the Hot in Cleveland episodes, and Huey Lewis was a regular on Hot in Cleveland. He would always come,
Right.
So he was on Hot in Cleveland, and he's a great actor. And we tried to get him to play my dad on Young and Hungry.
What was his reason? Was he's too busy time traveling?
Too busy time traveling.
He was too busy.
Yep.
Fighting the power of love and traveling through time.
They went with another a different guy who was absolutely wonderful. Andy Buckley.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
I love Odd Mom Out. He's awesome on that show.
So they had him come in. I think they just wanted a little younger version of my dad,
Young and hungry. They wanted a young.
Yeah.
I get it. I get where you're going. So anyway, back to time travel. So you're saying that that physicists say we can only go back.
Yeah.
But I feel like we could only go forward. But I'm far from a physicist. I'm far from figuring it out. Although back to your original question, the future is so.
Oh, wait, maybe they said you can only go forward.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm confusing it.
Maybe I am a physicist. Hey, look, man, I've read a couple of things about string
I have
theory.
a degree in physics from Phoenix University.
Yes, I do. Phoenix spelled with an F.
F-E-N. Yeah.
I-X.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. I did it online. It's just like being a universal what is it? The minister, being a part
Church
of
of Universal Life.
Yeah, which I believe you are.
I am a duly ordained minister.
Duly? Who else ordained?
I know. I am a ordained minister in the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
I did not know you were a pastafarian.
I am.
That
my
is
friend.
fantastic.
Ramen. That's what they say.
I know. For those who don't know, Do you want to briefly explain?
Sure. So have you ever seen this like weird looking fish guy with googly eyes and spaghetti coming out in the back of a car and it says FSM? That stands for the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And there was this guy who wrote an open letter to a school board in the South. He basically said they should stop teaching creationism. If they're going to teach about creationism, they should also teach about how the universe was created by the Flying Spaghetti Monster. And the Flying Spaghetti Monster, and people are like, well, you can't prove that. And they're like, well, you can't not prove it. So there it is.
Which is every religion.
Yep.
You can't not prove it. You can't prove it. So might as well make a Pastafarian.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. And I love it because it's such a thumb in the eye to the laws that protect tax exemption for churches and so forth. It's such a great,
it's phenomenal.
Fine, then I'm a church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yep.
And that also means you can marry people, if I'm not mistaken.
I can marry people. And the fucking amazing thing is, whenever in the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, whenever you go through like a holy moment or some kind of a ceremony, you have to wear a colander on your head.
Do you really?
Yes. And now people are getting their driver's license pictures with colanders on their head because they're claiming it's their religion.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's hysterical.
Oh, that's so great. And it's so less crazy than Scientology. It
actually is.
Yes, I know.
You know the main rule of the Flying Spaghetti Monster?
No.
Don't be a dick. That's the commandment that he and his newly appendage scripted was don't be a dick.
That's
it.
So perfect.
Yeah.
That's such a great way to live. We've even talked about that on the show before.
Yeah, just don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be the person that you want seeing thrown out of the party. Be the person you want to be in the world that you want to see. Or the easy way to say that, don't be a dick.
There you go.
Oh man.
So time travel.
Where do I go, man? I mean, there was part of me when I first thought about this that I was so self-involved. I was only thinking about going back to certain points of my
your
life.
own life.
And then you go, who gives a shit? Like, well, I'm not something worth putting that much energy into. Like, I've lived through my life. Whether I want to change things about it or not, I should go to things that I had nothing to do with. Get outside of yourself, Travis. Go somewhere else.
See, I think I would like to go back, and this is not based on narcissism at all, but I think it's based more on nostalgia, going back and observing yourself as a kid. I think you can relive some memories.
I would just be like, just go talk to that kid. Just go play with them. Yeah. Stop assuming everyone hates you, Travis.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool, to go back and like kind of just observe, when I was like a young kid on Christmas morning and like how fucking obnoxious I was,
I think it'd be super weird to go back in time to try and like be a part of your own childhood. And then you end up being like reported for being around this kid too much.
It's amazing.
That would be like the ripped from the headlines future SVU I'd like to see. The time travelers who are going back to their own childhood and then get arrested for like being a problem in a child's life, being this unwanted adult. Unwanted adults in a child life are weird.
Yeah. Well, for sure.
Yeah.
So wait, do you believe in time travel?
Do I believe like we are that they're among us, or that it's possible?
Both. Do you believe that time travelers are around us? Do you think it's happened?
I mean, there's so many things that make me go, yes. Like I watched an episode of Jeopardy where this lady was clearly from the 30s, competing on the show. Like there was no way that was a modern woman, Like,
please welcome Ethel.
Hi, everybody. I'm gonna film. What is ragtime?
Every answer was just like way off base.
Who was the president after the year 1940? What is science fiction?
This device allows you to play MP3s. Ethel, what is a Vitrola? What is an iPad? Correct. No. What is an iPad? What the fuck is an iPad?
Someone needs to tell. I just keep pushing this button, hoping it gets me home. This looks like the machine that brought me here.
All right. So do you believe in like portals and wormholes?
Ooh, no.
Because well, there was this one guy who is a little loony, but he claims that there was a portal in his kitchen. And he was able to travel through there. He met himself from a different dimension.
Sure.
And he goes, no one believed him.
Day drinker?
Well, he took a video of it.
What?
He did a video of it. I wasn't sure if it was the same guy, but they definitely look like, and they have the same tattoo on their arm, which is weird. which I guess could be drawn.
Sure. It's just like a bad Popeye anchor.
It's
done in
pretty close.
Sharpie.
It was like a weird tribal thing on their forearms.
Oh, so he went back to the 90s and was like, no, you're going to totally love this. And
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was time travel or like just another dimension, parallel dimension.
I believe in the multidimensional thing. I do believe in that. And I wonder if time travel is just going into the multiverse and going into another section of what could have happened.
So how could there be a multiverse if there's only one Earth?
Oh, each dimension is a different version of what happened. So you could have come in here today to do the episode and I could have stabbed you and killed you.
That's
right?
a weird thing to say.
I know, but it's a possibility. I certainly have the weaponry. So there is, if you believe in this multiverse, everything that is possible creates its own dimension, creates its own version of time. Like it's a different room that you
So
could
there's
walk
infinite
into.
dimensions.
Infinite dimension because there's infinite possibilities. So you could go into you could go to a dimension where you are a plate of spaghetti and I'm doing a podcast with a plate of spaghetti. That's probably
weird.
I know. Look,
Still weird.
I'm not saying they all make sense or all good ideas.
You fucking love spaghetti, which is like I don't make it out of either one of these scenarios. In both scenarios, I kick the bucket.
I am realizing that is weird that I invite you over to my house to tell you that in my other versions of the dimension you are dead or food.
That ain't but how did I get here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh boy.
There's probably one version where we are a two-headed person. Jonathan
Well, you know what they say.
Head,
I mean, aside from the multi-dimensional thing, they also say that our universe is so big that there is a good chance there are an infinite number of me out there.
Yes.
Already, like at different
You mean on not in other dimensions, just in
the universe, there are an infinite number of me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting party to get all the Jonathans together.
Yeah, right.
Are you all identical or like I don't know if that's a tough one to put my head around.
Dude, there are more stars than grains of sand on every beach in the world. That's just the stars. That's not including the planets. There's like basically billions of planets.
Right, but not all of them can sustain life. No, I can tell you from our own solar system that not every planet.
Not every planet, but still, if there's billions of billions. Okay, fine. A billion planets can sustain life.
And on those billion, a million of them have a Jonathan Sadowski. Yeah. That's a lot of Sadowskis.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hanging out with Space Sadowski.
Space travel would be kind of cool.
We should try and get them on the show, see what they're like.
That would be fucking awesome. Hey, J-Sads, if you're listening to me up there, do we broadcast to Alpha Centauri?
I've been checking the Libsyn stats, so we haven't had any downloads there yet. No. It's going to take a while for this show to get out there. It's not an easy thing to go.
We need a bigger transmitter.
Alpha Centauri and Greenland, just total no coverage, nothing.
Yeah. What the fuck, Greenland? By the way, what the fuck, Greenland?
I have never seen somebody who has had an episode of a podcast listened to in Greenland.
Greenland, if you're listening, let's make history.
Greenland, if you're listening, do you understand? Like, this can't be your native tongue. This can't be something you're used to
hearing. What do they speak
in
Greenland?
Greenish? I don't know.
Gremlin.
Yeah.
They speak Gremlin.
Yeah, they speak Game of Thrones. They're very, I don't know what they do there. It's just a big block of ice. I don't know what they do.
It's pretty cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never been.
Iceland's green, Greenland's ice.
Yeah, they did that to trick the invaders at the time, and now they just trick the tourists because I don't know which one I'm supposed to go to.
Yeah.
All right, so time travel. Now I am a little bit curious about the future and if we can travel through the concept of time and to be able to go kind of anywhere in it. So you're not we could go 1,000 years in the future, but we wouldn't have to be here. We could go 1,000 years in the future on Mars. We could go 1,000 years in the future on Alpha Centauri. We could go stand on the surface of the sun, right? Because we're protected by some kind of something, right?
Well, no, all right. I think you'd have to go 1,000 years in the future on Earth. Because you can't go you can't go somewhere you haven't been yet. Like another planet.
What a strange...
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
Because how would you set the fucking the dial? Because the time machines have dials.
Oh, right.
How would you set the dial?
Sure they do. They have dials. We figured out the concept of time, but
Beep, boop,
dials
bop,
are
boop, boop.
dials and flashing
you
lights.
set the year dial.
I
You
know.
turn the dial to the year 3000.
I think we've learned from every possible movie about time travel, don't have dials and flippy numbers.
Did you ever see the time machine?
Yeah. I've seen all the versions.
Wait, all the versions?
Yeah, there's the one they did with
I only saw the one with Guy Pearce.
Oh, there's one way before that. I don't know what happened to my voice just now. Yeah, there was one from the 60s.
Same movie, though.
Well, same story.
No.
The H.G. Wells story, yeah.
With like the savages and...
The, oh God, what are they called? The people who live underground and are afraid of fire.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can see. I
remember thinking the movie wasn't great.
What was interesting about that movie is that the story existed in the movie. That they were aware that the story by H.G. Wells was a story in the movie.
That's a little too self-aware.
And Orlando Jones was the library.
Interesting.
Orlando Jones played the library. Do you remember that part?
No.
They go to the library of the future to find out what happened to the moon because it blew up, and Orlando Jones was like the physical embodiment of the iOS of the library, and he would talk to them and tell them. You don't remember that?
No.
It was a huge part of the Guy Pearce movie. It was a big.
No, I gotta watch it. I watched it a long time ago.
Yeah, it
didn't stick with me.
The moon explodes, and it's a big problem. That's what I remember about the time machine.
What do you guys think? What do you think the time machine's about? It's about time.
The
machines.
There's a machine. There's some time. The moon explodes. Orlando Jones is the library. I get the gist.
Done.
I got it.
Aced the book report.
We still haven't watched Footloose, by the way.
We have not watched Footloose.
I feel like I'm not gonna like it. I feel like if I could travel back in time, I would change that poll to win in my favor. That's one thing I
don't
would do.
think you can.
I know.
I don't think you can.
We're living in the present, so I have to deal with what the people want.
And to be honest, I was really hoping Dirty Dancing would win because I think you might enjoy that a little.
Why?
More.
I feel like everybody online told me I would hate it.
Dirty Dancing? No,
yes.
That one fucking guy said you would hate it.
That's my friend Stu. He's not one fucking guy.
Who else said they hated Dirty Dancing?
My friend Dave.
So only your friends?
Yes.
Well, I'm your friend, and I think you'd fucking find it enthralling.
Do you?
No.
Or do you just... You're like, no, I just want to watch you suffer.
No, it's a good movie. I think you would like it, honestly. I don't think you would hate it.
You don't think I would hate it?
No. At the end of the movie, you go, I didn't hate it.
And there was never a baby in the corner, and I feel really let down.
Yes. If you're looking for a baby in the corner, you may not get what you're expecting.
All right. We are going to watch Footloose
yes,
at some
and
point,
I have to watch the pilot of Leftovers.
Are you really going to do that?
Yeah.
You swear to God.
I told you we would.
Yeah, but then you were also like, I really don't want to.
I didn't say that.
You said something to that.
I said I would watch it. I just don't want to be fucking grilled for an hour on the Leftovers.
I'm not talking. I've not mentioned it since.
You fucking liar. You talk about the Leftovers at least once every fucking day.
You made it very clear that you did not want to hear me talk about that anymore. So I have made a
Travis
point not to talk
Aloysius
about it.
Clark.
That's not my name.
Christopher Travis Clark.
That is my name.
When I looked at your Instagram story the other day, you were playing a song by the Pixies, Where Is My Mind?
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, I love the Pixies. And you're like, you're the only guy that got that right. You're like, this is the theme song for the Leftovers?
It's not a theme song. It's a music bed in the second season.
Oh,
That's a big difference. The theme song is like a mystery.
Stop it. Just fucking stop it. Stop it. Oh, boy.
But I only did that to you because you were the only person who messaged me and got it right. So or the first person to message me and get it right. So then I decided to have fun with you and make it a Leftovers thing.
Is that what we're calling fun now?
Fun for me.
All right, so time travel.
Yeah. I still want to go back in the past because I really want to go back and see things, now that you mentioned it, like the building of the pyramids. I could have a definitive answer about how that was done. Stonehenge, I could know. No, the Druids didn't know how to move things with their mind. They were just really sad, lonely people who liked stones.
Yeah.
And they spent a lot of time moving them.
And it's, the only thing that's kind of cool about the way I find some validation of going into the future is because the unknown is always kind of appealing.
Sure.
So, and it's also I think, what if we were able to bring George Washington back today? You know, like if he was able to experience 2017, to see
He'd be
like
so upset.
but to see what he created and where it took, or like if Walt Disney was able to see the kingdom that he, you know,
Again, he would be so upset. He would be so
but it's
unhappy.
like, or would, I mean, I'm not talking just, you know, politics and stuff like that for George Washington, but if he came back and just like saw what like technology is and like how the world has changed since he was around, and see that the America that he was, you know, what it has become, like technology and you know, society and you know, I just think he would kind of have, he would either, two things would happen. He would either have the biggest smile on his face, or he would fucking lose his shit.
Well, you know, he had wooden teeth. He did not like to smile, so he probably wouldn't smile.
Okay,
That's one.
he wouldn't.
He would. You.
Zing.
That's why he doesn't smile in his portrait. Did
know.
you know that? I don't
Yes,
know.
they said his teeth is made of wool.
Wool.
Yeah, no. They said his teeth was made of wood.
What's happening?
It's from Big Daddy, with fucking Adam Sandler.
Oh, I've only seen certain.
Rob Schneider plays this delivery guy.
I gotta tell you, man. I haven't watched all. I ironically have not watched a lot of those movies.
I know we talked about this the other night. You have to see Happy Gilmore.
I haven't seen it. I get the gist of it. He's a hockey player. He punches Bob Barker. He
hits
plays
the ball
golf
real
now.
far.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Hits it.
Yeah, he can do it. Is that from that one?
You can do it.
Right? What's
Yes,
that one
yeah.
from?
Yeah,
Or is
I
that
know
from-
that.
Or is that from Waterboy?
No, that's from Waterboy.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I've seen Waterboy.
I
I've
wonder
seen
why.
Waterboy.
I wonder why.
Because my dad took me to it on Thanksgiving, whatever year that came out. I went to go see that in the theater with my dad. My dad plays the coach, the Cajun Farmer Fran. He plays Farmer Fran. And I didn't know what the movie was going to be about. And it's super weird. You just did that.
It's hot in here.
I know. But
Guys, my shirt's open right
his
now.
shirt's open, and I was about to say this thing, and then you did this.
I flicked my nipple.
I know, and I was about to say
I didn't flick. Wait, that came out wrong. I didn't flick my nipple. I wiped my nipple. It's hot in here, Trev.
You flicked it.
I didn't flick it. That's not a flick.
Stop it.
This is not a flick.
He is toying with his man nipples, which is what I was going to say. I had to go see on a
big screen.
on the big screen. I had to see my father tug on his fake nipple rings with the girl I was dating at the time. Like, none of us knew what we were getting into. We sat down, and then that was what was on the big screen.
Amazing.
If I could travel back in time, I'd probably not go see that in
But
the
you don't
theater.
think George Washington would be impressed by
My dad's nipples?
Those are some nice nipples. Did George Washington, do you think he had a British accent?
I would imagine he did, because he would have been a British former expat of the UK, right?
Yeah.
Well, when they were at the UK, then they were just Great Britain.
Yeah, but you know what's weird?
What?
If all the people that came here were British,
Yeah.
how did the accent not stay British?
Because
Because naturally they're all British around people. So how did people start losing the accent that they all had?
well, that's why the Southern accent's the way it is. That's just a muted, messed up British accent. That's why British actors can play Southern so well. It's just like kind of biting your tongue and doing the
Did that sound British?
totally. No, that's the Southern drawl is an old. It's like a remnant of the British accent.
Yeah, but I'm saying when did the accent start going away? It's kind of an interesting question.
1962.
Or like the minute George Washington stepped foot on land, he was like, "Fucking America."
He's like, I think this place looks really bitchin', bro. Let's throw a party. I want to shoot guns. I want to drink beer. Who's got a hot dog? Wow.
I'm letting you go. I'm just letting you go for it.
Something about this land.
I'm letting you go for it.
All right, should we review the time travels?
Let's review the time travels.
All right. I think time travel is a possibility, but I don't think it's happened yet.
I think we both agreed that if we were able to travel through time, we would both go to the past.
I think the past is more interesting in the future because I'm curious about the past, and the future is just a bunch of, I don't know.
Yeah, and most importantly, we will be at LA Podfest on October 8th from 2 to 4 p.m. with celebrity chef Michael Voltaggio.
You should come out to our first live pod. It's going to be amazing. The show is going to be amazing. The fest is going to be amazing. I'm going to wear the suit from the photos there live.
Are you really?
Why not?
Sure.
It's the first live one.
I think it's great.
I've got to get dressed up.
I think it's amazing. Be sure to follow us on all the socials. We are on Instagram at QuickQPod.
We're on the Twitter at QuickQPod.
And we also have a Facebook page. I'm Jonathan Sadowski.
I'm the
Did I cut you off?
No, you're fine.
Did I cut you off?
Well,
What were you going to say?
don't know.
I'm Jonathan Sadowski. Follow me at Sadowski23 on Instagram and on Twitter.
I'm Travis Clark. You can follow me at Mr. Travis Clark on both the Instagram and the Twitters. And we'll see you October 8th at the LA Podfest.
Or maybe even sooner.
Or maybe we've already seen each other in the past.
Quick question.
All right, John, the copy's in front of you. We're doing duck milk, all right?
Yeah, are we going to go from the top?
Yeah, let's do from the top.
All right, cool. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready? And 3, 2... Say it again in 3, 2...
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, duck milk. Take 4 in 3, 2...
You know, growing up, my friends called me the duck. I was visibly calm, paddling like hell underneath the surface of the water, and I had a weird dick. But thanks to my...
Just tell him you had a full head of hair, please.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Ready.
All right. Growing up, my friends called me the duck. I was visibly calm, paddling like hell under the water, and I had a weird dick. But thanks to my steady diet of duck milk, I had strong, healthy bones, webbed toes, and a full head of feathers. Are you feeling tired? Don't got enough steam in your tank? Turn to duck milk. You got to talk now.
I'm Travis Clark for the Quick Question Podcast. Duck milk. I don't think it's really milk.